there is a dream in my life that I will get a perfect smartphone from any mobile manufacturer. I don't care. But the time hasn't come yet, so I'm using two phones right now. Right now I'm using the Lenovo K6 Note as my primary smartphone that I'm using for shooting this video. It has 8 megapixel front camera, so I'm shooting with that. And where is my secondary phone? There's a Gionee F103 Pro. This is my secondary phone. I used to use that before the Lenovo K6 Note. It works fine, but it has a MediaTek processor. That's silly thing that the MediaTek does, like idle battery drain. I don't like those things at all. So let's come to the point. At first, let's come to the specifications that I would like to see in my dream smartphone. So at first, the SoC or the processor. The SoC of the processor is the heart of the device and it operates everything on the phone. So it is very important for the SoC to be powerful as well as battery efficient, because battery life is a very important thing for smartphone nowadays. So I would like to see any 800 series 800 series processors from the Qualcomm Snapdragon or 8890 series SoCs from Samsung Exynos series, you know that. So those are the things. Right now I would like to see the 835 Snapdragon 835 on any of the smartphone on Android, and I especially don't like Apple iPhones because the file system is that like you're captivated in a prison. You just can't customize anything. If you want to customize, you have to jailbreak it, but nowadays it's really tough to jailbreak an iPhone because Apple is just increasing the security day by day, so it's really tough. So Android Snapdragon 835 or Samsung's Exynos 8895 would be my preference. And if it's possible, the SoC can be manufactured from Apple, and for that circumstances the SoC or my favorite SoC would be the Apple A11 Bionic chip. It's a very good chip right now and it works extremely fine, but iPhone, I don't like it at all. Yeah, iPhone is a good thing, it has a great speed, all things are fine, it's a very good phone, even better than some flagship Androids, but the file system, the overall customization is very low. So fine, and they're very expensive, so that's the thing. But fine, they have the proper updates, but what gets preference is the customization like Android. It doesn't have anything like that. So the next thing would be the GPU, which is integrated, so not talking about it. So let's talk about the battery life. There are lots of phones which have great battery life nowadays, even they have some massive battery lives. Like, let's talk about my phone also. There's my primary phone, Lenovo K6 Note. It has a 4000 mAh battery. It gives me overall a decent battery life with Snapdragon 430. Fine, not an issue. Even one of my brother, I think, uses a Asus Zenfone 2 Laser, which was a pretty old phone right now. It had a 3000 mAh battery and it was launched in around 2015, I think I saw. So it was a great battery for then. It has a Snapdragon 410 chipset right now, very good. And for now, he's using this phone continuously as his primary device for almost 2 years right now, because it was 2015 when he bought the phone and now it is 2017, so 2 years. And overall the battery life has decreased a bit, sorry guys, it has decreased a bit, but still working fine, that phone. And I have this Gionee F103 Pro, which is very disappointing about the Gionee because it was launched in about 2015 last year, in the first of 2016, but it has only a 2400 mAh battery. Even my JioFi that I'm using is as my internet has a 2300 mAh battery. That means what? You have a smartphone with 2400 mAh battery, and you have a router, a portable hotspot which you use only for the internet consumption, is having a 2300 mAh battery, which is really weird for my liking. So they should have increased the battery, other thing. So battery is very important. I think I will be okay with a 3800 to 4000 mAh battery for my dream smartphone, I would say, because the Redmi Note 4 has a 4100 mAh battery. It has a Snapdragon 625 14nm processing technology. It has a very small size, so it gives a really decent battery life. I have 3 friends who uses the Redmi Note 4 and it is giving an awesome battery life, so not an issue. And even we have the Lenovo P2, which has a Snapdragon 625 SoC with 5000 mAh battery, which is really massive, and it will easily give you, and for my type of uses, I will get almost 1.5 day battery life. And for the common people like you and guys, so they will give almost 2 days of battery life, which is very good. So I don't need that much of battery. I need a 4000 mAh or 3900 mAh because I don't want that my dream smartphone becomes heavy. So that's the thing. So next, let's go to the screen size. The screen size is a very interesting topic to talk about, because about 4 years or 5 years ago, that the smartphone which had a 5-inch or 5.2-inch display was called, it's a phablet or Note, I would say. Let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, which was the second phone from the Samsung Note series. It had only a 5.2 or 5.3-inch smartphone, which was called the Note series. Really weird. And let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, which is right now having a 5.7-inch, I can't remember the number right now, but it was 5.7-inch display, which is really massive for a smartphone, but it's called the Note series. So right now, my phone, which is not a phablet, it's a phone, it's obviously called Note, the Lenovo K6 Note. It has a 5.5-inch display, but I think for me 4.8 to 5.2-inch is a perfect size or the screen size for my dream smartphone. I don't like big phones. Even I am facing some issues handling my primary smartphone, but I am using it because it has a Snapdragon processor, which is overall good, lot better than this phone, because it has a MediaTek 6737, which is a very old processor to my liking. So using the Snapdragon 430, which is also now old but does the job. So screen size should be 4.8 to 5.2-inch, and I will like it. So let's talk about the camera. I am just continuing with the hardware, and in the later part of the video I'll come with the software. So let's talk about the hardware. The camera. In about 4 years ago, I would say 3 years ago, at 2014, I can't remember, Samsung had launched their smartphone called the Samsung Galaxy S5, which had a 16 megapixel camera, I can remember. S4, which has also a 16 megapixel, I think. I can't remember right now, I have just lost the numbers, the megapixel count. So now it is proved, we all know that the megapixel is not everything. Is the sensor size, is the amount of pixel that is embedded in a typical sensor size, or if the sensor is small, if you put lots of pixels, it is not the thing that you will get a very good battery life. That's just the fact, nothing is right there. So you should have a camera with bigger sensor size, and then the pixel will be bigger and the camera will be great. So I'll prefer the Pixel right now, the Pixel and Pixel 2, or the Samsung Smart Series, Samsung Galaxy S8 right now. And the Samsung Galaxy S7 had a 12.1 or 2 megapixel, and the iPhone using also the same kind of megapixel count, 12. I think I like that. That's enough, because my phone has a 16 megapixel camera. The Lenovo K6 Note's rear camera is 16 megapixel, but I apologize, and I also agree that those phones are a lot better, but they have lesser megapixel count. That proves that megapixel is not everything. You should have a very good camera sensor. So that should be fine. With 12.1 megapixel will be fine. And the front camera, I don't like that Oppo and Vivo brands who uses like 24 megapixel front facing cameras and the 30 megapixel assistant rear facing cameras. I don't like that at all. I need a normal camera like 8 megapixel, not 5, that will be very low. 8, 13, not 13, that will be sound weird, because 12.1 in the back and 13 in the front, really weird. 8, 13, if 13, or if the same sensor at 12 megapixel on front, that would be great. And I would like to see the optical image stabilization embedded with the camera, because optical image stabilization is very important for video stabilization. Because if you have a phone without video stabilization, optical image stabilization, this will like this, it will be shaking like this. As you can see, the video is just shaking. So if my phone had a optical image stabilization technology, the video wouldn't shake this much, like this. I'm just holding like this, and this is like shake. So that's the issue. So I would like to see a optical image stabilization technology with it, and I will obviously like to see electronic image stabilization. That's a software thing embedded with it. It will be a great thing. So that's the thing. And dual camera, I like the thing. Obviously fine. It helps to take 2x zooming like OnePlus 5, iPhone 7, iPhone 8 even same, and that the monochrome and the RGB sensor embedded like the, I can't remember, Honor phones like that. This is that, right? Honor phones. So anything. But I also like the Pixel 2 because it is using only one camera and using the software and the image processing technology to get a portrait mode. That's like that, blurring the background and do this. And right now it can be done also in my phone also, because I don't have a dual camera, but Google Camera app, which was, as I'm using the Google Camera app for, I would say decades, not decades, I'm using it for about 2 years, but it has a software embedded to do that blurring and stuff. It also works on the front camera, but not as much good as the Pixel 2 obviously, so that is better. So dual camera, fine. The fourth thing after the camera, with the build quality, I would like to see the glass build or the plastic build. I would like to see the plastic build. Glass build will be fine, but not the metal build, because the metal build obstructs the optical, sorry, talking something mad. The glass build will have to get the feature like the wireless charging. It doesn't work with metal. So like the Pixel 2 has a metal back, so it doesn't support the wireless charging, but the iPhone has a glass back. They are made especially for the wireless charging, because the iPhone 7 had a metal back and it didn't support the wireless charging. So that's the thing I would like to see. And the main important thing with the charging will be the quick charging. I would like to see the latest Qualcomm quick charging technology. Like right now it's, I think, Qualcomm quick charge 4 or 5. I can't remember. I think it's 4. I need the Qualcomm quick charge 4 in my phone. That will be a great thing to see. And I also like the OnePlus dash charging. It is really fast, guys. It's really fast. I would like to see this on my phone. Anything Qualcomm quick charge 4 or the dash charging. Obviously I need a quick charger, the dash charger embedded in the box of the phone, because some of the brands like the Lenovo, like I would remember the phone as Lenovo Z2, which has launched in India for about 70 to 9,000 rupees, but it has decreased a lot, and we're getting that phone right now about how much, for 10 to 11, 12,000 rupees. That will be fine. So that's the thing. And that phone doesn't come with the quick charger in the box. That's really weird. They are putting a Snapdragon 820 which supports the fast charging. Yes, the phone supports fast charging, but they are not providing a quick charger. Really bad. So I would like to see a quick charger in the box, obviously. So that's the thing I was talking about, the hardware. And all the things that screen size I have talked about. If I have forgot something, remember me which point I have not touched in the comment section. I would love to see you in the comment section, and I would love to reply you guys. So the next thing is the software. There are two things that comes about the software, and now typically I'm talking about the Android phones. I'm not going up on iOS, because I have told in the earlier section of the video that I don't like iOS, so forget it. One stock Android and the custom ROMs, not the custom ROMs, the custom skins that the brands are using right now. And I like the stock thing that the Pixel does, but it has some lack, like it lacks the, what, I just forgot, the gestures. It doesn't have the gesture, so that's the issue. But I love the Oxygen OS. It is a very stable custom built just above the stock Android, and it keeps everything like stock, adding some excellent features in that software of the ROM build. The OnePlus uses the Oxygen OS in the OnePlus 2, OnePlus 3, OnePlus 4 and OnePlus 3T, and the one, sorry, I was just skipping the numbers, OnePlus 3, OnePlus 3T, OnePlus 5 and OnePlus 2. They don't have the OnePlus 4 because 4 is called the evil number in China, as OnePlus is a Chinese brand owned by Oppo. Because don't know, the OnePlus is a sub-brand of Oppo, and Oppo is a Chinese brand, and the China, according to China's rituals, the number 4 is called, I think, unlucky and things like that. So they have skipped the number 4 and they are now launched the OnePlus 5, and we are also getting the news that OnePlus 5 2 will be launched on November 16, I think, can't remember right now, November 16. So let's talk about it. They have the OxygenOS, which is built on top of the Android, stock Android, and it is stock Android. I would say it is almost stock Android with some great gestures, great features. So I like the OxygenOS so much, and I would like to remember the CyanogenMod mod. That was awesome. So, and regarding nowadays, I like the MIUI 9 that has the great features, and Samsung Statue is good, but I have not used it in my personal life, but I have used the MIUI 9, and I am also using this Amigo UI 3.5, I think, is the Geonis, and all is well, but I not like the fact that it's like iOS. Let me show you on the camera. Oh, guys, I just can't focus. There's a focusing issue. So as you can see, there is a folder. Let me open it. As you can see, it has like the iOS thing, and the panel also gets up from the bottom. I don't like that thing, but it has some great gestures like double tap to lock and thing. I really miss those features on my Lenovo K6 Note, because the Lenovo K6 Note has double tap to wake feature, but it doesn't have the double tap to lock feature. So that's the thing I would really like to see on my Android or things like that. So that's the thing, and that's the software thing and the pricing, all that. Snapdragon 835 and things will really work well on a pricing about 30 to 35k and about. I'm back. I was just busy for some time because my relative just came in my house and I had to stop the video. So I'm back. I was just talking about the pricing of my dream smartphone. It should be priced about 30 to 40,000 rupees. That would be really fine. And I don't like the pricing of the Pixel as well as the Samsung. Samsung has a great build quality. There things are like the red. As I feel OnePlus has a perfect pricing. Even the Mi Mix 2, which is from Xiaomi, I just like the phone, but that has some the bezel too. And the bezel-less display, that talking about it, I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it. So OnePlus 5 with my preference. I would like to see that kind of build quality, not an issue with the back glass because of the wireless charging. I don't have any personal grievance against the metal back because they just don't support the Qualcomm. Sorry, just the quick charging, I would say. Or the quick charging it doesn't support, or the it's just getting out of my mind that the wireless charging doesn't support. So I need a glass back, that will be fine. So that's it now for now. Hope you like the video. I would like to see this kind of smartphone in future. Hope some of the brands are listening to me and they will make this kind of smartphone. That will be a great thing, and I promise I will buy that phone. So that's it for now. Hope you like the video. Like, share, subscribe. Hope to see you in my next video. Signing off for the moment. Bye bye now. Take care.